Welcome to Camel Cam. I'm Lisa Cassio, and we have another great episode for you guys this week. Not only are we catching up with the wrestling team, but we're also speaking to women's basketball's head coach, Wanda Watkins, for another segment of Candid Camel. But before we get into that, here are the top sights and sounds from Campbell basketball this week.
Welcome inside beautiful Gore Arena on the campus of Campbell University here in Buies Creek, North Carolina. Gaylord the Camel is ready.
All right, their team, and then Hamer hits a three there, and the
outlet pass. Wiggins and Ray chasing. Coastal ball, and a couple cheerleaders go down hard.
Hopefully everybody's okay. They are. They're laughing as they get up.
Now, just in case you guys are wondering, the girl that got hit in that video, that was me. Definitely not my most shining moment here at Campbell, but I do want to say thank you so much to my whole entire Campbell family for the love and support that you sent to me in the past few days and just seeing if I was okay. Just thank you so much for that. It really does mean a lot. I love you guys. Campbell's new head wrestling coach and former Olympian Carrie Collette is mixing things up here in the Creek. With only 2 home wrestling matches left, Collette is creating a unique atmosphere in Carter Gym. The next 2 matches will be held this Friday at 7 p.m. and then next Thursday at 6 p.m. We hope to see you there.
Hey Camels, I'm Carly Eibel and here with the women's basketball coach, Wanda Watkins, for another segment of Candid Camel. So Coach, thanks for being here with us today. Your team is in 3rd place right now. You've won the last 5 out of 6 games. What's been going right for the Lady Camels?
Well, we've been in the midst of a great number of really close matchups and really competitive games. And I think, the biggest thing that we have going for our kids right now is that they are just they're real fighters down the stretch, and they're not going to quit. They're going to give it 100%, and I hope that's something that's going to continue throughout our season.
Absolutely. Speaking of your team, how do you get them so motivated?
Well, it's really not hard. They watch the race as closely as I do. Hardly ever do I go in and talk about anything that they're not already a little bit conscious about as far as the conference race goes. And, we're watching those scores on a daily basis. And we know that the league is so close that anything can happen. So I think the biggest motivation of all is just being ready to play your A game every day. Yeah. Because on any given day, anybody in our league can get anybody.
True. All right. What is one thing you want your seniors to take away from this year?
Well, you want every senior class to have a championship, and so this would be no exception. And that's been a goal of ours since the season began. Whether all that becomes a reality or not, I think it's just going to depend on how we handle ourselves in this last half of our season. We're about 3 games away from being halfway in our conference season and a little over halfway in our overall season. Yeah. So playing well on a daily basis, not taking anyone for granted, and all those things that we talked about a few minutes ago are going to be really important. But you'd like to see your senior class go out in style with a conference championship, and we'll have our work cut out for us, but that's definitely a goal that we have.
Good. Okay, what has been your favorite moment so far here at CU?
My favorite moment here at CU? Wow, that's, over these 30-some-odd years, that's a tough question. I think about a few championship teams and being in those and winning championships, and one we were favored to win, the other we were an underdog, and they were both equally important. But then I also think about teams that maybe didn't project as well, that gave 100% and were winning in other kinds of ways all along. So for me, it would be tough to pick out just one thing. But it was definitely a great memory to go to the NCAA tournament in 2000 with our team, because in '89 when we won our championship, we didn't get an automatic berth. So we won the championship but didn't get to go. So that's how much our game has changed. Now you don't find that ever happening when you win your championship. So That definitely is something that will always stick out in my mind, and going to play at Duke, where we faced off with a team that was right in our area, an ACC team, who also had a former player on their coaching staff that year too. So that's definitely a big memory, I think.
Okay. So a lot of people might not know this, but you were actually the first female athlete to receive a scholarship here at Campbell. What were women's athletics like when you played here?
People just can't, our players on our team cannot relate to what it was like when I played. You know, we were lucky if we got some practice gear and one pair of tennis shoes to go out and play. And certainly we might get a new set of uniforms once every 10 years maybe. I mean, just the whole makeup of the game, the exposure for the game. Television has brought a lot, scholarships. I was the first, and now, you know, so many women are gifted with a scholarship that can change their life and give them an opportunity to go on to college. The rules have changed drastically. You know, there was no small ball, there was no three-point arc. I mean, there's just been a number of changes to the game, the way it's supported, just so many changes to the game since I first started playing.
It's crazy. All right, final question. You got your 500th win last year. Congratulations. What's your next big goal?
Well, you know, it's never really been about it for me. I'm in it for the kids, and so, like I alluded to earlier, I think I'm more goal-oriented towards the kids, and I'd love to see this group really surprise some people, maybe not ourselves, but surprise some people, and get that, you know, go after that goal of winning a conference championship.
The creek is rising, huh?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being here with us today, Coach. Good luck Saturday and the rest of your season.
Thank you, my pleasure.
This weekend in the Creek, there's a doubleheader which will be featured on ESPN3. The action will begin with the women's team tipping off at 1 p.m. against Radford, and then men's following at 4 p.m. versus UNC Asheville. Well, it may be cold in the Creek, but there's nothing but sunshine and palm trees in Gore Arena this Saturday. Free t-shirts will be given out before both games, and you can enter to win a free trip to Myrtle Beach. Dress in your best beach attire and come out and support the Fighting Camels. Thanks for watching another episode of Camel Cam. I'm Carly Eibel.
And I'm Lisa Cassio, and we'll see you next week.